Hi, beautiful souls. This is Srimanju Katragadda. Welcome to Life is Magical podcast. I'm so excited to come in with a new topic here. Slight delay, but I hope this topic is really connecting to you guys. It's also based on my book, Connect Your Inner Guide. So, in the book, I do talk about 7 sutras from Mindful Awakening, all the 7 stages that are related to the connection to our own inner guide. Of course, for those who like to jump in and know few things and understand how can we connect to our own inner guide or intuition, in other words, here is a podcast for us all. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this. So, in our busy, routine driven lives, we live from outside to inside so that we absorb in everyone else's thoughts and beliefs to make them our own, don't we? We need an inside out approach where we need to discover who we are, what our beliefs are, and then we can reach outwards to deal with an external situation. As babies, we all loved ourselves right down to our own tiny feet, and there is no term as dislike or not good enough when we were a baby. And the baby is always calm, radiant, peaceful, shining out love to others, other than, of course, the cry times for a feed or a changed diaper. The unconditional love you get when the baby holds your fingers tight, right? And makes you feel you mean everything to them. And even if you're a stranger to them, they connect from their intuition. They connect from their knowing, it's a safe space for them. And they connect to their own inner guide, and soul talk happens here. And there is no language needed. You can hold any race baby, any culture baby, your smile will be connected, and it's so infectious that they will smile, or vice versa as well here. And there is literally no effort, right, when we do that. And how many of us do recognize that and has happened most times in our lives, right? This is not a new thing I'm sharing. And it's only as we grow up, we start accepting ourselves as others see us. We start projecting ourselves to be someone else rather than our own identity, who we are, what we are, and connecting from our own, that part of life. Yeah. And here, stepping back slightly, even we mend and change in response to our parents, siblings, friends, society, whatnot. Everyone else comes in the way, and we miss out on our own inner guide and live with the external factors. I have seen many clients, not only clients, myself as well. I didn't know that I can trust myself. I was always afraid to trust myself, or even to be confident about what I wanted to do, what I wanted to become, or how I wanted to share that message. But I was super confident on my babies. When they would say something, I would be 100% confident. And that made me trigger into looking deeper. Why is that? Why is that difference? I can't trust myself, but I can trust this child. Where is this happening here? So in this podcast, I'll be sharing some tips on building a bridge that connects you and your inner guide to be happier and more peaceful life. We can always make peace with ourselves when we are on the right path, right? And what exactly is inner guide? Stepping a little to the side. Rather than deep diving on this topic, if someone is still curious or wanting to understand it deeply. Connecting to our inner guide, also known by intuition or inner wisdom, it helps us to gain clarity or insight in your life. And this inner guide could be your own voice speaking, or some people do even think about, hey, that is my angels or my guides or my guardian angel talking, or my ancestors speaking to you. But generally, your own inner guide is yourself, your inner voice, yeah, which is subtle, which is not loud. Inner guide is that knowingness, like, the gut feel, as like our thought, belief, actions, words, like, believing in yourself even when no one believes you. You just race in doing, wanting to do, or standing out of the crowd, like, some push that comes in. Yeah. You are with yourself forever, remember? And this inner guide is with you always. Yeah. The most important thing is that we forget to give this consent, that we have some message or a core identity to ourselves. As you identify to your own self, you'll realize that you are giving more emphasis to your own intuition, your own gut, yourself, and that becomes a priority. And here, like, the whole life changes as well as we start doing it. Yeah. And here are some tips that I'm sharing will help you bridge that gap, and that has been lost since our birth with our inner guide, and we can reunite with our inner guide. All that you need is consistent practice, knowing you are on the right path, and knowing, yes, you can trust in, even if you're wrong, give it a chance. Like, definitely I will say, like, begin with the smaller things, like, where you are just maybe even saying, like, is this a good healthy food, or is this a good restaurant to begin with? Like, those are the ways that we definitely can begin ourselves with. So firstly, relax yourself. That's the most important thing. When you're asking your inner guide a question, which restaurant to go for, like, for example, you need to relax yourself, because there could be 1,000 voices saying like this, that, all that noise. And the noise to get calmer, like, the ripple effect in the pond has to get, you need to be patient and relax yourself. The most easy is, like, tuning in by becoming aware of your presence. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Simple thing, right? You heard many other people talking about it, or you know it yourself, like, by doing it at least 3 to 5 rounds, you will notice that your energy is shifting and your mind is getting calmer. And that is the first thing is most needed, like, and this is the state of your true identity that comes in. And definitely ask for a non-impactful question at the very start. Just like, the restaurants, it could be, should I order some takeaway? Of course, I'm giving you all the food related examples. Or like, where do I go? Which route to take into my work today? Like, or which trail or park should I pick up today for my walk? So that will be a great one, like the smaller ones to begin with. And once you are done with that, like, build yourself up to a deeper ones. Like, what do I need to know about this situation? Any relevant concerns that you need guidance on? Like, and like, you want to have a conversation with your manager about a pay increase or a change in job, or like, the projects that you're working on, like, so that will be a good place to start with. Yeah. What do I need to release, or what is my life purpose? Yeah. And the most important thing is to notice how you're feeling when you're asking these questions as well. And writing down, journaling them is the most important thing. Like, so you ask this question, what has come up and what did you do and how did you feel? That's the most important thing. Like, so there is a flow chart of knowing it. So when I make this intuition, my gut feel, I went out to this particular trail and I had a most magical experience. And the next time when you refer back to that notes, you are stronger at yourself, knowing that you have done a very good connection with your inner guide, and it was the most pleasant, most beautiful walk or an experience you had. Or you met a stranger who became your friend, or you met your friend after so many years even, like, so anything can happen. So you're giving that option of being open and listening in. And hey, in the start we might get wrong, like, maybe it's a crazy experience you had, please do write it down. So you know, what has happened. Did you lean on towards fear, or did you lean more on gut feel, or what was that experience teaching you by making that choice as well? So lessons we learned, the experiences we made also matter. Yeah. Pay attention to your emotions and your body as well. Heart rate might change. Allow these changes to be felt or sensed. Look out for the deep, quiet voices, which are giving you the directions or guidance. There are subtle voices, but still very impactful as well. Are you trembling? Are you calmer? Is your body, your gut, is there even that sense of tingling sensations in your body? What's happening? Do notice that here. And set your intentions to tune into your inner voice. Which means being peace, calm, moving us gently out of our comfort state. Remember, only when things get uncomfortable, we are progressing, and creating a safe space to express these intentions. So that's the most important thing. If you are getting this intuition, but you have never done it, but you know it's good for you, but there is an awkward changes coming in that you are not ready for it, think about it. That's really a good one for you to go ahead. And you need to be listening to that most important thing. Don't let your mind take over at these moments of time, because the moment the ideas or solutions pass from heart to the gut or to head, we'll be thinking from logic, from masculine energies, being realistic, and not all the solutions need logic. As long as you have your knowingness, it will all work out, and that's the most important thing. Knowing that it will work out is the key for you to be working on yourself. Yeah. And take a moment to pause and breathe into it. Connecting to your inner guide definitely helps us being in touch with yourself. And when you breathe in and practice these things, share your experience, share and shine more, that gives you your own confidence. You can definitely have a journal to write it down. And if you're not into journal writing, type up your experiences, maybe on your phone, maybe on your laptop, but somewhere have a note of them. We may think I'll remember, but believe me, trust me, sometimes we are so overloaded, not sometimes, many times, that we are forgetting even the smallest things. In the last couple of years, I have been noticing that myself and many people around me as well. So definitely don't rely on your memory for everything, and you don't want to overwhelm yourself with the memory space of too many things as well, right? So that is the most important thing to watch out for. Thinking few other things increasing your time with the meditation, from breath, to stretching or to calming yourself will be much more easier, or walking in the nature as well, or someone is into jogging or walking, definitely set your time. These questions, the answers will be coming out in those moments of it. Yeah. And connecting to your inner guide definitely takes a practice and patience. But remember to be kind to yourself and trust that you will find the answers you need. And that's our most important thing. Definitely we'll be finding all the answers we need. We are never left being in the vulnerability, but opening up your clairs, opening up your intuition is a gift that you already have. You just need to tap into it. It's not a new thing. It's absolutely what you're already having in your reservoir. So if you're interested in this, knowing more about it, I have a course coming up, Akashic Records Learning. So it's an introductory level 1 where you can read records for yourself, for your family, friends, and it's an online event, and it's on March 25th and 26th, and right now it's on 10% discount. So if you're interested, come over to my website, srimanju.com, and check it out. Yeah, if this is resonating with you, if you really are looking for it, and you're already empathic, you're a light worker, and this may be resonating with you. So come over and or send me an email. Let's have a chat. So with that, hope you connected with this, and I really wish you are connecting to your own inner guide and shining your light, because the world needs more of your light there. So thank you so much for listening in. And if you stay till here, please do leave a review or a comment. That really helps me to be more noticeable on these platforms, because there is so much we need to be sharing with the world, right? And thank you so much for listening in and supporting my work. Thank you. Namaste. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.